If you're a mid-high handicap golfer, the stats show that you're only hitting 4 or 5 greens per round. This means if you want to shoot better scores and you want to lower your handicap, your short game is so important. Now, I'm not an expert by any means, but I've been through it all. I've been through the chipping yips, I've been through the putting yips, I've hit thins, flats, I've had 6 or 7 3-putts per round, but I've worked so hard this year on trying to improve, and now I have the confidence to share my knowledge with you. Hopefully it helps you if you're mid to high handicapper. Let's get into it. Alright, I've left myself in a horrible little awkward spot, so I'm sitting on top of this hill here. I have to chip it. There's quite a lot going on in terms of what the ground is doing, so that bunker's there, but that's not in play, so I'm going to ignore that. It's not even there. Downslope and upslope, everything on the right side of the green is going to filter left, everything on the left is going to filter to the right. If you can see this little area that there's an upslope, I'm going to try and chip it into that upslope. Once it hits that, it should slow down the ball quite a lot and just trickle down into the pin area. From this point here, it's quite difficult to get up and down. If I can get it anywhere near the pin, give myself a chance at the putt, but if I 2-putt from that situation, I'm more than happy with this. So let's hit the upslope, and it should now filter down towards the hole. It's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination, but I've given myself the chance, and it's a small-ish putt. This is maybe a 50-50 putt. It might go in. If it misses, it's not the end of the world. It's a higher handicapper. Bogeys are absolutely fine as long as you keep doubles and triples off the scorecard. Oh, come on. So with that putt there, you're just adding to the information that you took on your chip. So you saw how it was running. It's quite pacey down the hill. Everything was running kind of right to left. So that information allowed me to put that putt in the middle of the hole. I actually got extremely lucky. This is probably the most shallow bunker I could have got on this course. So the situation right now is the ball is above my feet. It's sitting okay, which means it's just a standard bunker shot. I'm also got a little bit of confidence because the lip here isn't actually that big. So it means I can just hit a nice normal shot without having to generate loads of height. The green is pretty flat here, 56 degree. Because it should spin quite a lot, I'm going to try and land it maybe 2 or 3 meters short, but as a higher handicapper, you're just really looking to get it out on the green. If you can 2-putt from there, then absolutely magic. If you can get it close enough somehow for the 1-putt, then fantastic. But the goal is just to get it out of here. Open the face first, then grip the club. Point your feet to the left of the target and your club face towards the target. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for about 2 inches behind the ball and just going to try and splash it out here. So because the ball is above my feet, I've pulled it a touch. I should have aimed a bit more to the right, but it's okay. We should get the 2-putt from there. Something that I used to never do as a higher handicap golfer was read both sides of the hole. So from here it looks like it's going to go dead straight and peel off at the last minute that way. And it's also going to be pacey because it's downhill in this section. Where it's over the ball, it looks dead straight. So it's really important to read both sides of the hole. From this situation, again, we're following the exact same game plan. We're looking to 2-putt every single hole. Look at the pace of the putt. We want it to go within that safety zone, the tap in. If it goes in, fantastic, but we're not really looking at the hole. We're focusing on pace. Oh, the read was good. Didn't really hit it, but look at this. Nice, easy tap in. No worries at all. I don't have any 5 to 6 footers on the way back. Easy tap-ins feel really good and they give you a little bit of confidence going into the next hole. Okay, the dreaded 60-yard shot. So as a higher handicap golfer, this is a shot that's quite difficult because it's basically all feel. Although you can have your different mechanics and feels to hit a good shot, when you're a scratch golfer, when you're a really good golfer, these shots are amazing because you have that natural ability to feel a shot and just picture what you want to do and do it. As a higher handicapper, this is really difficult because you have to kind of slow down your swing or you have to know what clubs to use. There's multiple ways you can play this shot. For me, I like a little 52 degree with the face slightly open and I can just swing it nice and easy. So I understand for me, like a 3/4 swing with a 52 with the face open pops out quite nicely and it actually spins quite nice. So let's go that shot first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ball in the middle of my stance-ish, kind of maybe towards the back. So I'm looking for a nice 3/4 swing and accelerate fast through the ball. Okay, it's a tad short, but we're pretty happy with that. It's filtering towards the hole now. That'll definitely be a 2-putt. It might be a a one putt. The other way you can do it if you're not as confident with your wedges is to use a lower lofted club. So if I go with a pitching wedge, I'm going to put it at the back of my stance, my hands a little bit more forward. I'm just going to focus on kind of punching it. I want it to land maybe 10 yards short of the green, so I know that bunker there is probably 10 yards. So I'm going to try and land it in line with that. The only problem with this is the bounce can be unpredictable, whereas my wedge shot there, if I can land it on the green, I kind of know what it's going to do. With this shot, although you're not as confident, you can still get it on the green, but you might not get anywhere near as close. So I'm going to put it at the back of my stance, put my hands forward, I'm just going to try and chip it. Okay, so it's pulled a touch. It's running, but we're safe. We're in the middle of the green. We should be able to two-putt from there. If we don't, it's not the end of the world, but that's two different kinds of shots you can play depending on how confident you are. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please make sure you leave a like. It helps me massively. It boosts this video, but it also helps my channel grow, so please go and do that just now. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe as well. There's loads in the pipeline. And one more thing, just out of personal interest, what are you most scared of with your short game? Are you scared of those 60-yard shots? Are you scared of bunker shots? Are you scared of flop shots? Are you scared of those tricky ones that are in the rough? Are you scared of putting? Let me know below. We can have a little conversation about it in the comments. Let's get back into it. Okay, so this putt's a little bit closer. Although I'm trying to stick with the game plan and go for the two putt, this one's a little bit closer, so I've got a chance at actually getting it in. It's going to be pacey. Again, reading both sides of the hole. It should just filter right to left. It's going to be quite pacey, so I still don't want it to be too far away, but I'm also kind of going for it. Come on. Oh, it's a little bit left. Okay, so I'm in a situation just now where I would like to putt it, but it's just a bit too hairy around the ball. It's sitting down in the rough. For me, a few years ago, I would be so scared of this shot. So I'm going to quickly show you what I used to do when I was scared of these shots. So pretty much what I learned was get as close as you can to the ball. Everything with chipping is kind of facing your feet more towards the target so you can clear your hips. I'm going to stand quite close to the ball. The ball is kind of more back in my stance. I'm going to lift the club up a touch and push the grip just in front of the ball. And that's going to eliminate the chance of me thinning it. From here, what I'm going to do is take it back nice and slowly, nice wide, and then come down on the ball, and it should be okay from this point here. Again, looking at it here on the upslope, I'm just trying to land it maybe top of the hill, and it should roll out in this situation. Okay, so it came out a bit weird, out to the left, but we're out safe, nice contact. I had to be a little bit steep there, but as you can see, you don't get much spin out of this grass, so you kind of have to read the green accordingly. And be confident with the stroke, but nothing silly. I don't want to have another putt and potentially have a three putt here. Oh, just missed, but it's a tap in. Par 3 here, so that's in for the bogey, but it could have been way worse if I thinned or chunked that shot over there. This is one of the worst situations in golf, but it's all in your head. You think in your head that this has to be a flop shot, but as soon as you talk about flop shots, you think you have to send it miles in the air, and that's just bringing in room for error. So basically there's loads of green to work with, so I'm just going to accelerate through this ball with confidence and land it on the flat. So my feet are going to face towards the target. I want to get a little bit of lift on this. I'm going to open the face a touch, go nice and close to the ball, lift my club up, so the leading edge is down. I'm even just left the target, and I'm going to try and accelerate through the ball, try and pop it up in the air. Okay, and I actually hit that a touch fat behind the ball, but because I had lifted the club up and the leading edge was not exposed, I just clicked right through the ball, used the bounce nicely, and I've got a decent putt. In this situation here, it's way different because there's enough room under the ball that I can just hit a normal shot and it should pop up. That tight lie there, I have to kind of put the bounce down and flick it up. In this situation here, I can kind of do whatever I want. Same situation, but I can get under the ball quite easily and it'll go naturally a bit higher. Okay, so both are really nice shots. The bunker wasn't in play at all, so don't think about the bunker. Just, although the bunker's there and you have to lift it, you'd probably hit a similar shot. So just ignore the bunker, just use the fundamentals, put the leading edge down and try and flick it up, pop it up in the air. Those putts are one puttable, but we'll stick with the game plan. Two putt is the game plan on every green. It's uphill, so I can give it a little bit more of a whack and go for it, but I'm really focusing on pace. Okay, didn't read it going right, but because the pace was good, tapping it in. The game plan is working, nice and easy, low risk shots, and we're in for the par. This shot is trickier than it looks. We've got 100 yards in, we're sitting up in the rough, just the first cut here. The pin in the middle of the green, I've read the front as 100, means the middle's about 115, 120, and the back is 130. So I've chosen a club that will definitely clear the front, but there's no chance it'll go to the back. So I've got a 52 degree. On the right there's bunkers, so I don't want to go anywhere near them. So I'm going to aim to the left side of the green, try and get it to land on the flat part and see if I can two putt from there. If I aim for the right and I miss-hit it, the bunkers come into play. So I'm aiming for the left side. Again, this is still a short game, we're still at a short distance and we're still hitting a wedge shot. So I'm aiming to the left side of the green, just popping it up in the air, and it should just sit in the middle. Okay, so we're safely in the middle of the green. We've taken the bunkers out of play, we're nowhere near them. Even if I mishit that, if I chunked it or thinned it, I'm still not anywhere near the bunkers. I probably would just go slightly long or slightly short, so we're safe either way. So remember, the game plan does not change. In your head, you'll want to go for this putt so badly, but don't allow yourself to make mistakes. If I went for this putt down the hill, I could race it 6 feet past and have a difficult putt on the way back. So I don't want to risk 3-putting, I don't want to add a stupid stroke to my score. It trickles in, got a 1-footer tap in. Again, you saw how fast that was, I only tapped it. I barely even looked at it directionally, I just really wanted to get it in that situation. If it rolled past here, I went for the putt, I really went for it, missed it, and I had a putt on the way back. It's tricky to make it. Went for that one, missed it again, and I've got a 2-3 footer. If you're not a confident putter, these could be missed as well. So it's really important that you get yourself in a zone that you don't allow mistake after mistake. Okay, so I'm in a situation here where the ball is plugged, I can only see half the ball, I'm right against the lip here and the pin is at the front. This is a really, really tough shot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself enough loft to pop it up in the air, but also not too much that I just go right underneath this ball. So I've got a 58 degree, I'm going to open the face up a little bit, not too much because the ball is plugged. The ball is middle of my stance, so I'm going to open myself up a little bit, left of the target. Because I'm going to be really steep here and just pop it up, it could go anywhere, but I'm just focusing on getting behind this zone, so maybe like 2 inches behind the ball, nice and steep, and pop it up there. Okay, so we're really steep there. I actually hit way behind my target area, but that allows me to get underneath the ball. If I was to be too close to the ball, I would just end up topping it straight into the lip, and I'm screwed. But because I gave myself enough loft and was steep enough and was behind the ball, I was able to pop it up there underneath the ball, give myself a great chance at the 1-putt. Thank you so much for watching, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Remember, I'm not an expert, but these short game tips totally changed my game. My handicap lowered because of them, so hopefully if you're a mid to high handicapper, they help you too. If you want to watch some of my other videos that are on the screen right now, please make sure you subscribe for the next one. Cheers.